Welcome back into the studio, everyone. Joshua Grove here with another Kendama tutorial for us all to learn. Today, we're going to be jumping into a little bit more of an intermediate advanced trick that's going to help us progress with Tama control, as well as Tama control coming out of juggles from the airplane position and Tama grip. So we're going to be exploring about two different tricks that should, if you haven't explored this concept yet, get you into this concept with a little bit of things to practice and start working on that's going to push you to the next level in your Kendama journey. Let's jump into it. First and foremost, we are going to be starting in airplane, and you do want to have some experience with jumping sticks and juggles to an extent where you're ready to enter this space of flipping and trading positions. So we're actually going to be starting with just the Tama in our hand. We're going to be talking about spinning the Tama. Step one is spinning the Tama. Getting comfortable, spinning the Tama in our hand from release and then catch. Now, talking about grip and position, what I do, I start with my pointer finger and my thumb right on the halfway point of the Tama, right at that 50-50. Bevel right in the middle. My fingers are just supporting my pointer finger and my thumb around it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the Tama roll right off the tip of my pointer finger, kind of guiding on my middle finger and my pointer finger. The goal, if you can see, is getting the Tama to go as smooth of a rotation as possible. You want it to be spinning perfectly in line. You can tell pretty quick if it's wobbling in the air. The design will be nice and clean if you can get a clean toss. So just practice this. Do 25 of them, 30 of them, 50 of them. If you're just sitting on the couch bored and you want to get better at this skill, pick up your Tama and just practice spinning it in the air, keeping the Tama hole facing the same direction. You can even turn the Tama hole facing the opposite direction and spin it the opposite way. That'll help us practice with some different tricks later on in the line. We're not going to be exploring it in that position today, but just so you're aware. Once we've gotten that spinning process down, what we're going to jump into now is trying to practice this trick called a one-turn swap down spike. Now, this is just going to help us practice the motion of spinning the Tama, swapping to the Ken, and finishing with a spike. So, first and foremost, we're going to come up to airplane. Next, we're going to do a jumping stick motion. And as that Ken is falling down, right after we toss it up and it's flipping in the jumping stick motion, we're going to toss that Tama, spinning that Tama in the air, and then grabbing the Ken in Sara grip. We're going to be finishing with a down spike, but this is the first step we want to practice with this trick is toss, toss, flip, toss, and catch. Flip, toss, catch. And then I want you to just do this, except bring your attention after you catch the Ken to the Tama. See if it's spinning in a clean spin like we were practicing, or if it's wobbling. See if you can really focus on getting a clean spin. Just watch it. I want you to practice watching the Tama in the air. Was it wobbling or was it clean? Do this a few times. Once you get comfortable with this, doing this motion a few times, you're going to help your brain slow the process down so you can track the ball and follow through with the down spike. So the final step is finishing it with a down spike. This trick is a bit tricky because you got to do a lot of actions to finish the trick. Flipping the Ken, spinning the Tama, catching the Ken, following through. It's a 4-piece motion right here. You want to make sure you're laser focused on that Tama after you catch a clean Sara grip. Laser focus on that spinning top dot. You can see the top dot as it's spinning through the air. If you can focus on that point, you know exactly where the hole is on the opposite side. Follow through, catch that down spike. You can also do this trick with a 2-turn, a 3-turn, taps. We can get all crazy. Tap, swap, down. You can do a 2-turn, swap, down. There's many ways that you can practice the spinning technique, so get creative. You can even do an insta swap, Ken grip spike, or Sara grip spike. That's the first motion really though, practicing the Tama spin, just like so. Now, moving into juggles and Tama control into juggles. We're going to be doing the same exact process that we were doing with the spinning of the Tama when we release, except this time, when we make contact with the Tama again, we're going to be juggling it up and catching the ball on the spike in Ken grip. So, as you can see, that Tama, I was spinning it on the release and then controlling it for the spike. So, This first part of the trick, the 1.5 swap juggle spike, or 1.5 trade juggle spike, what we're gonna do, same thing as the 1 turn trade down, except we're gonna do a 1.5 turn with the Ken so that we catch it in Ken grip, and we toss this Tama, spinning in the air. Now we're set up to do a juggle to spike. The Tama hole should be facing away from us mostly, and then it just comes down to controlling the juggle. What we wanna focus on when we make contact with this Tama next is trying to get the Tama to go into the earth turn plane, or flipping just like so. So we want it to be flipping in this direction when we make contact with it. And that just comes down to practicing your juggles, practicing a nice and clean catch and flip. You can even practice just a rotation, trying to flip it up to your opposite hand. Just as a fun game to try to get control of making contact with the Tama really quickly. Hot potato, let it go. Try to get it to rotate in that half direction. You can play hot potato with yourself, spin, toss, catch. This is the way you can practice that. Spin, toss, catch. And try to hold on to the Tama as little as possible, but enough to just control it, because we are kind of doing that trampoline bounce, right? But we want to make sure that the bounce isn't too quick and it's not too long, just enough so we can control that half rotation of the Tama. Now we're going to put it together. We're going to first do that 1.5 swap. Tama should be spinning, and we're ready to do the same thing we just practiced. Juggle, half rotation, and finish the trick. And just like that, I have more control with my juggles coming out of multiple moves. This applies for when you're doing tap tricks out of the airplane position. Getting that spin on the Tama right away when you move into the juggles is gonna help that first release of the Tama be more controlled, so that when you get into your juggle portion of the combination, you're more likely to keep the ball rotating on that earth turn plane. So there you have it, talking a bit more about Tama control, how we're moving through the space with the spinning Tama, able to maneuver our way out of that spin with just a juggle and a half rotation control. If you haven't really explored juggling or focusing on Tama control yet, I think this is a great opportunity for you to break these steps down, practice that 1 turn swap down spike, move into that 1.5 juggle spike, really focusing on the Tama spin and then a clean juggle, and before you know it, you're gonna be getting this down pat. So if this was helpful for you, please smash that like button. It helps us out a lot. Make sure you're subscribed so that you're all up to date on the newest videos. And as always, drop a comment. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what tricks you want us to do in the studio. We'll see you in the next video.
What up, everybody? Thanks for checking out that video. If you like what you just watched, make sure you go hit that subscribe button, and make sure you go punch that shop button and get yourself a new Dama. We have tons of other videos for you to watch, so make sure you go check them out. See you next time.